Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up webhooks to trigger n8n automations directly from your Bubble app. This means you can add powerful backend automations to your web app without being limited to just Bubble's native capabilities. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to trigger any n8n workflow from Bubble and get the results back in real time. So let's take a look at what we're building today. Here we have a list of leads, which contains name, email, status, project description, and target audience. Okay, so these are basically leads that are looking for a developer or an agency to build their product or web app, right, using Bubble and n8n. And my main goal is to trigger a n8n workflow that is able to take this lead and generate a summary, categorize the potential being low, medium, or high potential lead, and also generate a proposal on how we can build this project using Bubble and n8n. So let's take a look at n8n to see how we can start this workflow. So I'm inside my n8n dashboard and let's create a new workflow. Now, the first step to my workflow will be a webhook call, which we'll use to receive data from Bubble. The first thing that you can notice here is that we have a test URL and a production URL. And this is essentially the link that we'll use in Bubble to set up the webhook. Okay, so let's copy this now. If we're not running this into production, then we don't need any authentication for now. And let's choose here respond immediately. So this means that as soon as n8n receives data from Bubble, it will notify Bubble back that it received the data immediately. So let's move into Bubble and see how we can start setting up this workflow. So let's add a new API on the API connector. Let's name this n8n. And let's set up a new call called n8n lead summary. And in this field, we can paste the link that we've copied from n8n, and then we can choose use as action, which means that within Bubble, we can call this operation on a workflow. Now, what I want to be able to do is to send all the lead data to n8n, right? So we can process that data on an AI node and create the summary, create the proposal as well. So I want to be able to send the name, the project status, the project description, and the target audience to n8n. So let's set up a few parameters here, okay? And we can uncheck private. This way, inside the workflow, we can send dynamic data to n8n. And so let's do lead name, project description, project status, target audience, and then I also want to send the lead unique ID. Okay, so on an n8n, after we process the AI call, I want to be able to write the results to the lead record. Okay, and so to be able to find the lead record from within n8n, I need the unique ID of this record. Okay, so let's say lead unique ID, and then let's place here some data. So John Doe, project description will be an AI marketplace for developers. Project data, let's say in progress. Target audience, let's say freelance developers. And then unique ID, let's do 123 just so we can initialize the call. And so before we initialize, let's come back here into n8n and click here on listen to a test event, okay? So n8n will be waiting for any data coming through this webhook link. And now we can initialize the call. So you can see that we've received the message, workflow was started immediately. And if we come here to n8n, we can see that we've received the data from Bubble. Okay, so we received lead name, description, target audience, lead unique ID. So we have all the data here from Bubble. Now, if we want to move this into production, we simply can click here, production URL, and then we can copy this link. Now we need to make sure that our workflow is active. And we can go back to Bubble and then paste this new link. Okay, so now after that, after initializing the call, we can move to the production link and then reinitialize the call again. So it was successful. And then on n8n, we still have the data here. Okay, so let's pin the data so we can use this to construct the rest of our workflow. So our next node will be an AI node that we can choose a basic LLM chain and choose define below for source of prompt, which means that we can edit the prompt here. And I've generated a prompt with Claude that essentially understands that we are a no-code development agency specializing in Bubble.io and n8n automation, and we'll receive the lead information, and we need to categorize the lead into high, medium, and low potential. We need to create a proposal that should be 3 to 4 sentences that provide, tailored pitching, highlighting how Bubble and n8n can deliver value to the specific client, and so on. So this is just a prompt so we can test this implementation. So we can paste this here, okay? And now inside the prompt, I also want to give Claude the lead information that we've received from Bubble. And so let's ask Claude to generate a JSON containing the following variables, which will be the lead name, project description, project status, and the target audience. Okay, so let's wait for the JSON to come back. Perfect, this is exactly what we needed, and let's place this here. Okay, so now we can move to the expression where we can essentially get the data from the last node, which is the webhook. And so we can see here that we have the lead name, and we can place it here, project description, project status, and target audience. Okay, so this is basically my prompt, which contains instructions and the lead information. And now I believe I also want to check the require specific output. Okay, so in the output, I want to receive a JSON containing the summary, the potential, and also the proposal. So let's set this up. So let's choose an output parser of structured output parser, which will be a defined JSON. And I've also created this on Claude. So let me find here. Okay, so a JSON containing summary, potential, and proposal. Perfect. We can paste our JSON here. And now let's choose a model. Okay, so let me choose this Grok chat model, which has a bunch of free Llama LLM models. Llama Versatile, well, for example, it's just a free model, just so we can try this implementation. And so if I click on test workflow now, we should be able to get the data that we received from Bubble, process it on this basic LLM chain, and receive back the project summary, the project potential, and the project proposal. Perfect. Now what I want to do is to update the lead record inside Bubble. Okay, so now let's look for Bubble here and see the options that we have. And we can pick up this updated object node. And we can essentially connect our Bubble account. The operation will be update. The type lane will be the table name that we have set up inside Bubble. And then the object ID will be this unique ID that we have passed from Bubble. Okay, so we'll be able to find this record in Bubble, and then we are able to edit the properties here. Okay, so now the properties that I want to edit, these need to be exactly the same as the column name in the table set up in bubble.io. So let's take a look at that. And I essentially have the lead here, which has a summary, proposal, and potential. Perfect. So let's set up the proposal, the summary, and potential. Okay, and now we can essentially drag and drop these results from the basic LLM chain. Okay, so project summary, project potential, and then project proposal. Perfect. And so this unique ID that I have here was essentially passed just as initialization, so 1 2 3. So this is not going to work to find the Bubble record. But now I believe we're ready to test this inside Bubble. Okay, so what I want to do here is to save my workflow. Now, what's left for us to do is to set up the workflow here in Bubble. Okay, so let's click on this button here and edit workflow. And here I will be able to find the n8n lead summary, and we can complete this dynamic data now. So we can say parent groups lead, lead name, project description, project status, target audience, and then we can also do lead unique ID. Okay, and now we can test our workflow to see if it is working. Okay, so if we click here on the button n8n generate, we can come back here to our n8n and we can click here on executions, right? So we can see everything that's been executing. So it's basically the Bubble logs. And so for this example that we've just ran, we got the lead name star Chen, and we've got the information. The basic LLM chain returned the project summary, potential, and proposal. And here we've updated the record with proposal, summary, and potential. So if we go back to Bubble, we will be able to see here. So we can do this for all the projects to see if it is working, and it's actually really fast. Keep in mind, I'm using also the free LLM model, so it is really fast, not all that meaningful, but you get the point of how we can build n8n workflows inside Bubble. Especially useful for very complex AI workflows. We could essentially build everything that we built on n8n in Bubble. And in this case specifically, it would probably be better and faster to do it inside Bubble. But I just wanted to show how to connect Bubble with n8n in case in the future you want to extend your Bubble's application workflows to have AI agents and other connections that could easily be done with n8n. Okay. So we've reached the end of the video. You now know how to connect n8n and Bubble. And if you have any questions, join No Code Buffs, the #1 community for no-code developers and solopreneurs, to ask your questions and join a group of no-code developers, freelancers, and solopreneurs bringing ideas to life using no-code and AI. See you in the next one.